on-demand writing. When I say on demand, what does that mean to you, Chelsea?
It doesn't mean like to do something like when you're commanded to, like I demand you to write a sentence or write a paragraph or something.
Right, so pretty much it kind of says that you don't have a choice. So automatically, we're automatically thinking on-demand writing is what? What are we thinking about it? The most fun we've ever had, or probably not? Because of the way that they're asking us to do it, right? Well, let's think about it in a different way, and let's think about it's just some writing maybe on how to persuade somebody to like something, like music. Because you all have seen those prompts they do, right? Usually they're about downloading music, or if music's bad to download or whatever. So think about it in a way that is a little bit more fun, even though the name suggests it's not. And I'm going to show you a little video clip, and at the end of this unit, you all are going to make a movie, kind of like this movie, for others to see. And that'll be how you'll be assessed on what you think on-demand writing is. Okay? And that should be fun, right? Yes. Ryan, do you hear hit the lights?
Hit the door.
Don't hit the door, hit the lights.
I hate the lights now.
He's got it. So as you're watching this, be thinking about what you can do, okay? Which one we on?
What happened to the screen?
This one. Oh.
I know, but
Okay, so what do y'all think about that? That's pretty cool, right? And so I thought it would be really neat for us to, at the end of the unit, maybe do something like that to show your learning instead of taking another test or something. Ryan, do you care to get the lights? No, we can't leave them off. What do you all think? Won't that be a little bit more fun? All right, so what I'm giving you out to right now is the on-demand pretest. A pretest means what? Before you learn anything. So if you don't know any of this, is that okay? Yeah, of course it is, because you still haven't learned it. So make sure you don't get frustrated about not knowing some of this, okay? Take your time. It's very short and simple to the point. You have to take it, Tina. Everybody have a pencil?
I got two.
You got two? Yeah.
I got pens. And you
Pen's good. Yeah, make sure the date's on here too, please. Everybody got a pencil? Get one, Chelsea.
The date.
Sure. Yeah, make sure your date and your name is on there.
That's a shocker. You listen.
All right, the test is out. Make sure you're quiet. This shouldn't take you too long.
What?
Not too bad. Okay. Thank you, sir. Yay, thank you. All right, so everything on this little pretest, 5 questions, is exactly how you write an on-demand essay. 5 paragraphs, 5 questions. This should teach you everything you need to know. The next thing we're going to do is we are going to take some notes and do some practice, okay? Now this guy, on this video clip here, it's a little bit long, but he talks really fast. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk it with you all through it and maybe make sure that when you're taking notes that you get the right notes down, okay? Because some of us struggle with what notes, what are important, what's not. I don't want you to write everything that this guy's saying. Lord, we'd never get done, okay? But let's write just what the most important thoughts are. And so I'm passing out a sheet of paper for your notes, and I'm going to, this is an assignment, so you have to take these notes, okay? It's not an option. And then I'm passing out a prompt for each of you, okay? Sorry. An essay prompt taken directly from this video clip. Oh, Monica, do you care to? Okay, girls, thank you. What? You need another pencil? Well, if you're going to write, you need another pencil, don't you? You got Ryan for me? Yeah. Thank you. So, oh, here, Ryan, here's one. You want me to give you an eraser? Okay. Not throwing things at me, are you?
You know what? He enjoys that.
Really? You just said that.
I would enjoy it. That was fun.
Turkey? Really?
internet boy.
No, I don't play beach, man.
Need an eraser. Here you go, Ryan. Lordy be merciful. I'll put it in there for you.
You probably can make them.
Watch this. Slam dunk. All right, this is called on-demand writing made simple. And I'm sitting here because I have to stop and start. But make sure that if I stop something that you write that down because you know I'm stopping for a reason. Okay? And then he's going to go through, he'll go through a little strategy. And that's what your prompt is for. Okay? So it's the same prompt he's going through about all humans. Everybody take this out. Let's look at this really quick. This would be like your on-demand writing prompt on May 3rd when we're taking that test. This would be something like that prompt. So let's read it. All humans make choices or decisions daily. Some are important and some are not. We decide to study for tests. We decide who to ask on a date. We decide to watch TV. We decide to go in or go out on the weekend. Sometimes decisions can change our lives. Write an essay in which you discuss an important decision you have made in your life. Explain the decision and how it affected you. Be sure to support your story with details and examples. Okay, same exact prompt he's going to use in there. What he does to the prompt on the film, you need to do on this. So your prompt, after he edits it and fixes it and uses those strategies, should look like his. Okay? Does everybody have any questions? Yes, Becky. Yes. He's in welding. Oh, he took a survey for the UK survey thing. But he's there because he stopped by here to get his work and going down. He did because he had to do a survey. Yeah. Okay. You're welcome. All right, Ryan, you got the lights for me again? Yay!
There you go.
Now this guy, again, he talks fast, but that's okay because I'm going to stop it for you, okay?
Okay. I'm sorry.
Hey everyone, so in this video we're going to talk about on-demand writing, which is a particular type of writing that's often used in college and it's used on exams. And we're going to look at strategies for responding to the prompt. And the prompt is the question that you're writing on. I'm going to show you exactly how to go about this so that you'll be successful every time. What we're going to talk about in this presentation is on-demand writing and what it is, who uses it, how it's different than multi-draft papers, and then, as I said, strategies for assessing and responding to the prompt. It's called the ABCDs of on-demand writing. Okay, so what exactly is on-demand writing? On-demand writing is a style of response in which you're given a predetermined question or scenario, and that's called the prompt. And then you're asked to write a response in a set period of time. So in other words, you have to write right now, and that's how it's different than the traditional essay or multi-draft paper.
Okay, so you would need to write that down for a note. On-demand writing is, and you might not have to write all that. You might say on-demand writing is a response that you have to write now. Okay? Can you guys see to write?
Compose it on the spot and then you're done. The prompt can be on a
Oh no. It's deciding to stop.
She's a buffer.
It's a buffer, isn't it? Of course it's buffering. So that was a question on your pretest, right?
Oh, yeah.
Was it or was it not?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because it asks you what on-demand writing was. It's a response to a prompt that you're given a predetermined amount of time. So your peers can't review it, you can't redo it. It's one and done. Write this essay and you're done, right?
And that's how it's different than the traditional essay or multi-draft paper. You compose it on the spot and then you're done. The prompt can be on a variety of topics. It may not even be in an English class. It could be in a science class. Almost any type of exam could have this type of question. It could even be on a job interview. So the prompt can be on a variety of topics, but the response strategy will always be the same. And I'm going to walk you through exactly how to attack that prompt. But let's talk about who uses it. As I said, state mandated assessments, SAT, if you live in Oregon, it's called the OAKS exam. College entry exams, including placement exams, and increasingly many employers. So according to the National Commission on Writing in 2004, I know that's a little old, companies spend $3.1 billion annually to remedy writing deficiencies. So more and more employers are actually using this style of writing when they make their selection at an interview, and so it becomes increasingly important to be good at this style of writing.
Okay, so who uses on-demand writing?
The state and college.
Yeah, the state, like what we're getting ready to do, right, in a few weeks. College entry exams, colleges just in your classrooms. Does it have to be an English class?
No.
No, it could be in science, it could be in math, it could be in, I don't know, what else could it be? Auto shop, family and consumer sciences, vocational schools, yeah. And then that other one kind of shocked me. What was the other one he said?
Employers.
Employers. Why do you think employers might want people to know how to write well? Chelsea?
For their like applications and stuff.
For their applications, yeah. What those employers are doing is they're asking you to come in and write maybe, why do you want a job here with ABC kindergartners?
Mm-hmm.
So you would have to know how to write a 5-point essay, and your essay would be compared to other applicants. So this isn't just for this test coming up, although I really want you all to do a good job on it. What do you use this for? You've used this, haven't you, Morgan, for FFA? And now for the new club that the officer you're going to be in? Yeah, Dance Blue. So clubs, but the main three that I want you to make sure you know are state assessments, college entry exams, and now employers, okay?
I had to write 3 paragraphs on why, how, and what I want to do.
Yeah. So, and it ended up being 5, didn't it? Intro, you 3
Actually
paragraphs.
went 2 pages.
It went 2 pages, because you're thorough, yeah. All right.
So how is it different than multi-draft papers? Basically, in multi-draft papers, you have an opportunity to review and revise your work, and you have the chance for peer review. With on-demand writing, you have little time or no time to refine your argument, and you have no time to rethink it. You basically have one shot. So that's why it's so important that you have a plan. It's not a free write like in a creative writing class. You get one shot, and you have to get it right the first time. But if you apply the strategies I'm going to show you, it should be a much, much easier task. So here they are, strategies for assessing and responding to the prompt. It's called the ABCDs, which is just a mnemonic device. It's a way to help you remember it. The first part, attack the prompt, brainstorm possible answers, choose the order of your response, detect errors before turning the essay in.
Okay, so obviously you'll want to write that down, and that's what we're going to be doing today with the prompt I gave you. The ABCDs. Oh, sorry, Heather. Good? All right, somebody tell me what on-demand writing is. Let's review this. On-demand writing is what? Chelsea?
On-demand writing is a response that you need to write down immediately as soon as it's been given to you. You can't wait like 5 minutes or 20 minutes or 15 minutes. You have to write it right then.
Right. It's a timed response, right?
Yes.
Another thing you can think about when you're talking about on-demand is a lot of times in here we write an essay and then we get a rubric and then we can give it to our buddy and they can revise it for us and we can rewrite it to make it close to perfect. With this, you can't do that, right? Correct?
Mm-hmm.
And who is using on-demand writing now? Ryan, can you tell me one place that's using on-demand writing now? Look on your notes. Do you have it on your notes?
Yeah.
Okay, well then read me one. Can you see?
No.
Yes, you can. Look at that. You got it wrote perfectly.
I said states.
Yeah, that's all you need to do. That's all you need to say. States are using on-demand writing, right? In schools.
Yep.
All right, Monica, what else? Who else? Sorry. Colleges are, Morgan, and employers. Awesome. You guys are doing fantastic.
Thanks for the board.
What?
What?
What? I didn't say nothing.
So good, Lord.
Oh, good gracious.
And this ABCD, credit where credit's due, comes from Kelly Gallagher. His approach isn't actually original, but his mnemonic device, the ABCDs, I really liked it. I thought it helped. It certainly helped me remember the order in which to do these things. So I'm going to walk you through each one of these steps very carefully. And by the time we get to the end of it, I think you'll have a really good idea of how to deal with these prompts. So the first part, attack the prompt. Well,
You okay, Monica? This is intense. All right, so the first thing we're going to do, we're going to attack the prompt, right?
what does that mean? That means the first thing.
You guys, you do not have to write this down. All
Okay.
right, you just need to know what attack the prompt means. Okay, so don't try to write this down, but you do have to stay awake, Heather. Okay, Tanner, you have to stay awake.
thing you have to do is you have to read the prompt. And a key part here is don't get distracted by verbs. There's going to be a lot of verbs in the prompt, and we'll look at one. And you can get confused because you start thinking about all of the details in the prompt, and you can overlook what you're actually being asked to do. So the first part is read it and don't get distracted. The second part, cross out what you already know. And again, I'm going to show you what this looks like. Third, circle words asking you to do something. Then draw an arrow to what the word is asking you to do. And then rewrite the prompt listing what you need to do, and then you're not going to need the old prompt anymore. So in attacking the prompt, you're basically trying to refine and narrow what's being asked of you, and then you're going to rewrite it, and that will help you to the next step. So let's look at it. I've written the key points up in the right-hand corner there, so we're going to go through it.
So
But
here's
here we've
the
got
essay.
a writing prompt. This is
So here's the essay that you have in front of you, okay? So you need to get that essay and put it in front of you. And he's going to show you step by step how to get this prompt ready in order to write. Okay, so A, B, C, D, a mnemonic device, and we'll talk about what mnemonic device is in a little bit. But A, B, C, D, he's going to go through those and the strategies he went before in order for you all to organize your thoughts and write just like nothing, just like it's a breeze, okay? Make sure you're sitting up for me. Morgan.
from a college entrance exam. So let's start with read the prompt, and let's not get distracted by the verbs. So here's the prompt. All human.
What's a verb?
Action.
It's what you do.
It describes
Something you do. Something you do. Action. Example of a verb.
run.
Run. What?
What?
Anybody else with another example of a verb?
Jump.
Jump. Run. Jump. Anything you do with
Dance.
action. Okay. So he's asking you not to get distracted by action words.
Let's make choices or decisions daily. Some are important and some are not. We decide to study for tests. We decide who to ask on a date. We decide what to watch on TV. We decide to stay in or go out on the weekend. Sometimes decisions can change our lives. Write an essay in which you discuss an important decision you have made in your life. Explain the decision and how it affected you. Be sure to support your story with details and examples. Okay, first part, we read the prompt. Tried not to get distracted by too many of those details. Second, cross out what you already know. Well, we know we need to write an essay because that's what we're doing right now. So we can just cross that out. What we're trying to do here is delete words that aren't important to us anymore so that the prompt becomes a little more clear to look at. So we know we need to write an essay, we're just going to cross that out. Next, circle words asking you to do something. Okay, well there's a word discuss, and it's telling us, so discuss something. That's asking us to do one thing. Explain, there's another word asking us to do something. And support, final word asking us to do something. So we're just going to scan through, find any word asking us to do something, and we're going to circle it. Next, draw an arrow to what the word is asking you to do. So discuss, what is discuss asking you to do? It's asking you to discuss an important decision. Okay, so we're going to draw an arrow to that. Next, explain, what are we explaining? The decision and how it affected you. So we're discussing an important decision, we're explaining how it affected you, and finally, support with details and examples. So, let's rewrite the prompt listing what we need to do. 1, discuss an important decision. 2, explain.
All right, we're going to back it up just a little bit here before he decides to give us all that. Okay, so we've got read the prompt and don't get distracted by the verbs. We did that. We can read that, not get distracted by verbs. Cross out what we already know. We already know somebody's asking us to write an essay, right? So we can cross that out. Notice he didn't do anything up here. He didn't do anything with this up here. Why?
Because that's the prompt.
This is the prompt.
Yeah, you have to do what it says for you to do.
It's kind of giving you a background of the prompt, right? It's kind of giving you things to think about with the prompt. This is the most important piece, though. That's why he's concentrating on this. So he's asked, we can cross out, write an essay, and then it says circle words asking you to do something. They're asking you to discuss, explain, and support, right? Has everybody got those words circled? Yes? Monica, yes? And then finally, it's asking you to draw an arrow from the circled words to what they want you to discuss. So they want you to discuss the important decision. Has everybody got an important decision as we're talking that you might have had made lately? We used breakfast this morning as a class. So important decisions, explain what? How it affected you. So discuss the important decision, how it affected you, and then give us some supporting details. You see how easy that is? We can get rid of every bit of this, and we've pulled it down just to these 3 things he's going to ask you to write down. Okay? Everybody have what's on the overhead?
I'm going to have to use this again tomorrow.
You are? We're gonna be practicing this. We're practice. So when they put that prompt in front of us, an
When do we
employer,
actually take it?
a college, a state assessment, we're gonna be pros. I think it's May 3rd.
I got
think.
one tomorrow for another.
You've got one for tomorrow? Yay, so this is right on time.
With details and examples. So, let's rewrite the prompt listing what we need to do. 1, discuss an important decision.
Okay, so we're gonna discuss an important decision, right?
Did you write that down?
Yeah, I would write this down, Chelsea, yeah. This is something you might wanna write down. It's exactly what I went over just a few minutes ago. And you guys are doing really good on your note taking. Tanner, you're doing really well on your note taking.
This is an important decision.
Yeah, discuss and, oh yeah, I'm sorry guys, it's a little off. I don't know why it keeps moving that way. You got it? Discuss. Hi, Coach Martin. Need Tanner? He's probably ready to go. He's done, Tanner, if you're ready to go. Thank you.
Tanner. Can I have my pen, Tanner?
Tanner, can she have her pen back?
Oh, my bad.
Thank you, Miss Becky, you're the greatest teacher ever.
Thank you, Coach Martin. So we're gonna discuss an important decision. We're gonna explain how it affected me. It says affected me, and I would have to get on the table to move that, so can everybody see pretty much how that, can you imagine me jumping on the table? How it affected me.
2, explain how it affected me. And 3, support details and examples. So,
Good. Okay, so from all that information that you were given in that prompt, that little strip of paper that I gave you, what you're coming out of with that is 3 things. Discuss an important decision. Can you see, Morgan? Explain how it affected me, and support with details and examples. Yeah. Oh, you got it. That's it. Yep. That's it. You're great. Got it, Ryan?
What?
You got it? You did good. And examples.
She's cracking up.
Okay. Good.
You're embarrassing. What about that?
Hey,
She always embarrasses me.
thanks a lot.
Never mind.
All right, carrying on.
Hey.
support what the point 1 and 2, and give lots of details and examples. So basically, we took a big prompt with a lot of words, we clarified what we need to do, and then we rewrote it. And then you can reference what you've rewritten, and this will help you from getting distracted and having to spend a lot of time rereading the prompt, because these types of exams are usually timed, so it's important to break that down. Okay, next we have to brainstorm possible answers. So we've got the 3 things we're going to be doing in this essay: discussing an important decision, explaining how it affected us, and we're supporting that with details and examples. So I'm just going to write down some possible topics.
Okay, now he's showing you the next phase of writing. I think this is, if you're timed, this may be a little bit much for you all to do. This may be something that you can do in your head, but go ahead and write this down so you can be practicing it. But as before, writing all this down may take a lot of time.
So put down brainstorm, possible answers,
Yes.
and possible topics.
Yes. So these are his possible topics about decisions that he's made, okay?
I keep writing on home.
I'm thinking, well, I'm doing a college entry exam, so choosing a college, that's an important decision I had to make. Getting married, that was an important decision I had to make. Moving to Mexico, that was an important decision. So I just write down some possible topics, and then I'm going to pick one. So let's just go with moving to.
Is everybody ready to go on?
No.
Oh, okay. Aw. Stand up if you want to, a little bit. Shake it off.
Can I just stand for?
You can stand up if you want, sure.
Can I really?
Yeah, as long as you're doing what you're supposed to do. Okay, is everybody finished writing this?
No.
Okay. Oh, Morgan, is it time for you to go? Miss Tiffany's here.
Ready?
Just leave that there, and I'll put it away for you.
Okay,
And then yeah, I'll get you some, maybe Monica will help you out with notes tomorrow. Can you do that for her, Monica? See you, Morgan. Have a good night. Thank you, Miss Tiffany.
Yes.
Okay, so has everybody got this? Chelsea, you done?
Yep.
Okay, here we go.
Mexico. So in a brainstorm, you're then going to basically free write. You're going to come up with every detail you can think of that may contribute to the story. So for example, I think about what I learned, what it's like being in another country. I thought about why I went, adventure, culture, it helped me with employment
You
in the
don't have
States.
to write all this down.
Then I thought about the language and learning Spanish, getting a job, where to live, safety. So once I've brainstormed all the details of my story about moving to Mexico, I then have to choose the order of my response.
Okay.
Okay, so we have our details, and we need to just,
So, what are remember the 5 W's? What, why,
When, where.
when, where, how? That's not 5 W's then. 4 W's and an H. It's all good. Anyway, do you remember that in your mind? That's pretty much what he's saying to you. Choose a topic and then answer those questions. When, where, why, how, okay? And again, it's up to you whether you want to write all this down as you're doing your prompt or whether you want to just do that in your head. Now he's going to say, we're going to choose the order. Okay? How am I going to write this in a way that if Miss Becky reads it, or if Morgan reads it, or Chelsea reads it, how am I going to write this so it's easily understood and flows well? Okay? And again, you don't have to have all this written down. Just watch, okay?
guess it now, but you need to have a certain plan about how you're going to go about it. You don't want to write your essay in the order in which you thought of the details, and that's very important. As you free write, your mind is going to sort of wander. You're going to come up with all kinds of great details, but again, the order in which you think of it is maybe not the best order for telling the story. So that's why you have to then reorder all the things you wrote down. So for example, I'm just going to write a 1 next to why did I go, because I think that's an important part of starting the essay. I need to explain why I went. So then I'm going to talk about the adventure, the culture, help with employment in the States. Next I'm going to write about what I had to do. I had to learn Spanish. Then it seems like a good idea to talk about where I decided to live, because I've already talked about why I wanted to go, how I prepared by learning the language, and then I had to figure out where I wanted to live. So that seems like the logical point to go in the essay. And then 4, okay, once I got there I needed to get a job. I'm going to talk about that. And I'm deciding not to talk about how to interview because I think it's probably not going to help my essay. So at any point here, if as you're choosing the order of your response, just draw a line through an idea that's maybe not going to work out so well. So in talking about getting a job and where to look, I'm telling part of the story. How I decided to interview is not really critical to the story, so I'm just going to get rid of it. Then safety. I need to think about what to avoid. Cartels, kidnapping, that was some of my ideas. But I'm going to put a line through cartels. It's probably a side topic. It's not really important to my story, so I don't want to include that, so I'm going to draw a line through it. And then finally, logically, what did I learn? So that's the order in which I'm going to write my essay. And I'm just going to write numbers next to the topics or the points. And you can do this in a row. You don't have to do it in a circle around the topic. It's whatever works for you. But it's important to put a little bit of thought here before you start writing into the order of your response. Okay, and then you have to write the essay. Once you've written the essay, you have to ensure that it's relatively error-free. And you do this by rereading your essay. It's amazing how many people will spend an hour or almost 45 minutes writing an essay and then less than 10 seconds rereading it. They basically just check to make sure their name is correct and then they turn it in. But if you have any extra time, you need to at least reread your essay and look for grammatical errors, punctuation errors. But try and plan a little bit of time into your strategy so that you have adequate time to do this at the end, because you might need to erase a sentence or something. Hopefully you won't have to. If you follow the strategies I've just outlined, there should be a minimal amount of things you need to redo, but the odds are very good you're going to spell something wrong or you're going to put some incorrect punctuation. So you have to read it before you turn it in. That's so important. And it may even help to read it out loud. It certainly does for me, but of course you're probably in an exam setting. But just read it quietly under your breath. And then once you've read it, you found what you can, turn it in. So that's it. My YouTube channel is HS High School Language Arts. Thumbs up if you found this helpful. It is important to study this. It's important to practice it because, as I said at the beginning, more and more employers are using this. So the sooner you start practicing now, the better the chance you'll have. Hope that was helpful. Thanks.
Okay, helpful? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't hurt to know a lot of strategies, does it? Okay, so now we're going to practice. I know, right? And yes, you can go get a drink now if you want. We're gonna practice, we're gonna think about a decision that we've made. Could be that we had breakfast, what we had for breakfast. And then we're gonna do kind of exactly what he just showed us to do. And you all have your notes. If you need help, I can help you. But let's try to get this done. Turn it on the back of your note sheet. You don't have to have a clean sheet of paper. This is just a rough draft, starting on the practice. And we'll have lots more practice, okay? Your prompt's in front of you. Read your prompt again. And then I'll come around and help you guys out and see where and when you're going. So the first thing, brainstorm those ideas. Kind of, you know what we're doing, Bubba? This is for me.
What?
This is for me. Okay, so what kind of decision are you going to talk about? The good news is we do not have to write an essay today. Yay! We're just, I know, right? You all should be very happy with that. Are you happy? What kind of decision are you going to make? That you've made in the past. Could be a big decision, could be a small decision.
Miss Becky, should I put it in about my dog so I can kind of read?
Yes, that's a great decision, because that affects how you're gonna treat them, right? Yeah, that's awesome. Good decision, Monica. That's a huge, big old decision there. That's a big one too. That can change your life. Makes it better or, really. You're coming up with a decision and then you're following these steps. Any decision, yeah. It could be what you had for breakfast today. It could be what time I woke up this morning. Why did you decide what time to wake up? And you all can tell me that, but can you write it in the way that we just discussed? So you could just tie in running for offices instead of giving a specific office, and then you could add the details at the fag and explain. See?
And then, like, use them as like a brainstorming thing.
Sure. Okay, that's fine. Can't get it wrong. You can't get this stuff wrong, guys.